And we're back again. We're in the basement of Six's Social Cricket Club. I'm Munners. I'm with Tim as always. I mean, I'm not always here myself because sometimes Tim has to get people to deputise. And we'll go into that a little bit further or a little bit deeper as the podcast goes on, because sadly I have to go to America for 3 days. Home of cricket. Georgia.
Home of the next World Cup?
Yeah.
That'll be exciting.
It will. Has it really been played there? I said it like I agreed with you.
The 2024?
Yeah. It's going to be in Florida, is it? Florida and the West Indies.
T20, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's right. There you go. I didn't know
what
that.
fun that'll be. And maybe by the time that swings around, we'll be sponsored by British Airways, and we will be out there doing this very show from the shores of Florida.
That'd be nice.
Sitting on a dock of a bay.
Can we go Disney World?
Yeah, we've got Disney World.
Yes!
We've got, what's that NASA one?
Space Centre, Kennedy.
Space Centre.
Universal Studios.
Yeah, we can go and ride on those boats that go and see like the alligators and that.
Perfect. Hovercraft.
Them ones, yeah.
Perfect.
That'd be a good little holiday.
Down on the bayou.
Yeah.
So what a day in the World Cup it's been today. Or what a day it could have been, in my opinion. So I think to start off, I'd like to talk about a little ding-dong, a little back and forth between two great nations of Bangladesh and India. But in particular, I'd like to talk about the dynamic between the two captains. And it didn't necessarily rub me up the wrong way, the way Virat Kohli was acting today, because he's a passionate man. He wants to get involved in the game. And that's how we excuse him for his behaviour sometimes.
He's not captain though.
This is what makes it even more interesting, right? Because he acted like it all damn day. Who was the first person in the umpire's ear? Virat Kohli. And who was he standing next to?
Shakib Al Hassan.
Exactly. Not even his own captain was he standing next to the entire time. And we're to rain delay. They're coming off. You can see Shakib Al Hassan throwing his hands around, talking to the umpires, going, "Look, there is no way we should be playing this game of cricket," and they shouldn't have. It was wet. Did you see the camera angles? It looked like a reservoir. It wasn't a cricket ground.
I was shocked they came back so quickly. Seeing the big cover come on, seeing the rain come down on the TV, I was honestly nipped into a meeting at work, came out, they were playing again. I was absolutely flabbergasted. I couldn't believe it. But # get the game on.
Well, would they have get the game on for another side on another day?
Did they not for South Africa?
That's
Against
right.
Zimbabwe? They tried to.
That's the same principle there, isn't it?
I know what you mean. Had the shoe been on the other foot and Bangladesh wanted the rain, wanted to play, sorry. I don't know, and I'm not necessarily just saying about India. I don't know whether they would come out again for a big team. If a big team needs to play, they will play. If a big team doesn't need to play, they won't.
I'll tell you what will be even more surprising if there's a bit of rain around for England versus Sri Lanka on Saturday. I doubt they'll be in a huge rush, the Australian ground staff, to get anyone back on the field.
No.
But there you go, Tim. Maybe I'm just a bit cynical about the game these days. And yesterday, I was so energetic and happy about the game.
And here we are, full circle. But it was a proper game of cricket.
Proper ding dong. I tell you what, I was singing Litton Daz's name all the way.
That was phenomenal.
It was unbelievable. He was robbed, and we're talking a man who was robbed of an innings that would have been career defining, would have knocked India out of the World Cup, and everyone would have remembered Litton's day, and yet the rain came along and ruined it for everyone. And then when they restarted the game, it just felt different. It was always going to feel different. All of a sudden, everything wasn't just flying to the boundary. Spinners were on. He made a lot of very good seamers look very average.
Yeah, in a World Cup where the white ball has swung and the opening bowlers have got a lot of change out the wicket in the ball, he made it look so easy. He was fabulous. I absolutely loved watching him play. What a player. Another one I love is Taskin.
Yeah.
Great bowler. And he can whack it as well.
What's the thing, Bangladesh are a proper side?
Yeah, it winds me up we don't play him enough. Like, when was the last time they came for a test series? They beat us. Last time we played Bangladesh in a test series, they beat us in Bangladesh. I don't think we've been back since. I think we are going soon. But what a great cricket nation they are.
And I think they are one big World Cup win against India away from, or a world stage win against India from like doing it consistently.
They weren't miles off it tonight, were they? Even with the conditions going against them. Okay, listen, we've maybe been a little bit cynical here, but in cricket, conditions go against you, decisions go against you. You can look at any decision and go, oh well, that favoured one person, that favoured another. Bangladesh didn't get the rub of the green in my opinion tonight. India got lucky. I'm not saying there was anything more than that personally. But even with that, they were just short. They were fabulous. They were superb, and I love the way they go about the cricket. They're real fighters. They're real grafters, and also they just look like they have fun when they're playing. Like they run in, they bowl the heart out. They try and field like absolute demons, and when they get a chance to bat, they try and hit every ball into next week.
Well, I say on the first day, they fire me up. Bangladesh fire me the fuck up. They really do. And when that was no exaggeration. When I was sending Tim voice notes singing Lytton Daz's name while he was batting. I was that excited. He just, everything about it fires me up.
Yeah, you know, I know you weren't happy with people who said they like Zimbabwe's kit, but I think Bangladesh's kit is fucking nice.
Yeah.
And do you know what? They've got the best helmet in world cricket. The helmet badge on the helmet, superb, with a tiger on it. Oh. Man, I want one of them. If anyone's got one of them, I'll pay you good money for a Bangladesh helmet.
I'd love to see you bat in a club game with a Bangladesh
I would happily bat in a Bangladesh helmet in a club game. Absolutely. I'd even wear a Bangladesh test match top in a club game. Well,
of course, you're living off some newfound internet fame today, aren't you? Because you played a couple of nice cover drives.
Yeah, they cut out the bits where I was plinking it, obviously.
Amazing, isn't it? Buffalo Cricket look after you so well.
I know, yeah.
And all of my highlight reels that I get from Buffalo are designed to make me look.
If you haven't seen it, it's on Buffalo's Instagram and TikTok, and it's basically 5 shots where they've made me look like I am prime Damien Martin, would we say?
It's the Kohli net at the Perth.
But I'm very happy to admit, like a lot of that net was spent missing the ball, hitting it with my thigh pad.
And why are you being humble about it? If the shoe was on the other foot, Tim, I would have been shouting from the rooftops.
Because we're different human beings, William. That's why.
Anyway.
But I have watched that video about 8 times.
And there were people commenting saying they've been watching your cover drives for the last hour.
Yeah. And rightly so.
I couldn't turn it off quicker. Jesus. I saw the rest of the net. I know what happened. And I can't wait for that video to drop. I tell you what.
I can't actually.
That'll be coming up. So,
well, you got point number 2 then?
Yeah, tough day for people who have nothing interesting to say about cricket but how nice Zimbabwe's kit are. And wouldn't it be great if the Netherlands had a lovely kit, a really nice kit, because then it would have got a bit more coverage for their fantastic win over Zimbabwe this morning, because Zimbabwe have been looking the business.
I'm really happy for the Netherlands. We went over there, didn't we, to Amsterdam Amstelveen for the one-day series, and I love the way they go about the cricket, and they've grown and grown and grown in the last few years, and I'm really, really happy that they have got a big game, a win on the big stage, and hopefully teams
that wasn't England.
Yeah, that wasn't it, of course, yeah. But hopefully teams like the Netherlands can build on this and keep going and maybe take that into 50 over cricket. I think T20 cricket is a great format for the Associate Nations because, you're only ever 20 runs away from winning it. I think the longer the format goes, the more difficult it is for them. But the more we can get them involved, the better it is for cricket, because we don't want to be like the Rugby League World Cup where there's 3 teams that are any good and you just wait for the semi-final and the final and then you call it a day for another 4 years. We need 20 class teams playing in it. But I've got a point, this is probably just a separate point. Is
it about Tim Pringle?
No, it's not about Tim Pringle, but I thought he looked very good today on the subs bench.
Yeah,
he got his mullet out, he carried the drinks superbly. I have absolutely no doubt that the mix was spot on today. His orange cordial that he was taking out for the boys was spot on, and you just know it because that's what Pringle brings. He brings quality and class to every situation. But no, I want to talk about Baz the leader.
Yes.
Hardest man in cricket.
Because he got his face smashed in.
He got his face smashed in 2 days ago, and then he's out playing again. I mean, they have got no concussion protocol whatsoever in the Netherlands by the sounds of it. But yeah, hardest man in cricket. I don't think anyone's harder.
Well, you say that. Who was the Australian female who cracked her jaw and then played in the World Cup?
I'm not sure.
Tell us in the comments. You guys are better.
Have you seen this other
better cricket knowledge than us sometimes?
Flintoff? This women's cricketer called Flintoff.
No. Well, I've heard the name. I've heard of the female cricketer Flintoff.
Yeah, I can't remember her first name.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a real name. She's made up. That's like a Football Manager regen. No one's called Flintoff. Not even Andrew Flintoff is really called Flintoff.
Do you think it's one of those cases where she grew up and her parents were huge fans of Andrew Flintoff, and they were like, right, we want her to be a cricketer?
Like Brazilian footballers, like
exactly
named after not Gary Neville.
Famously, Nevaldinho.
What's the Gary Antico? Gary Lineker. The other one, Gary Lineker.
Gary Speed.
But no, have you ever met? No one's ever met a Flintoff.
Apart from the real one, no.
Exactly. They don't exist. So she's made up. He doesn't exist. Sorry, we digress. Was there a point there? The Netherlands should get a better kit manufacturer.
Better kit manufacturer, yeah. And probably a concussion protocol?
Yeah, probably that. And then...
actually, that's a good point. We need to bring this up about Bas de Leede, right?
Yeah.
So when we came back, some of you might know, we went to Amsterdam, Amstelveen, you've mentioned this. And everyone was coming back with receipts on the plane saying de Leede sporting goods, right? So Baz's old man, he's the one selling all the orange hats in the Netherlands.
He made a killing,
He made an absolute killing. It's so club cricket to have your dad running the shop.
It's literally Joss Butler there, playing cricket there, and there's a raffle that Bas de Leede's dad's doing.
I'd it be like David Milan's dad selling England shirts at the back of Lords? Right, yeah, so on to the next point. Have I made the point about Lytton Das deserving a lower Duckworth-Lewis score?
No, but you've talked how great Lytton Das was.
Yeah.
And
you can tell he's dominating my thought today.
He's dominating mine. That was super. I absolutely loved him. He was super.
Do you think there is another method of deciding T20 games than other than Duckworth-Lewis, Smith, Stern, Brown, Hunting?
I think that question's for some smarter people than us two.
But the maths isn't working. The boffins, they're sitting there, they're trying to work these things out, and all they're doing is making it in favour of big nations like India and screwing over the little ones like us, England.
Have you got an answer?
I think I wouldn't mind if a game we know is going to be rain affected. The two playing conditions for the two sides are different. So at this point, let's just call the whole thing off and say, get out there, we can cover one wicket with one piece of tarp. Let's have a bowl out, make it a penalty shootout.
No.
What's wrong with that?
Can't have a bowl out.
Well, something along those lines. We need some version of a penalty shootout to decide these games. It's just not right because the boffins have got it wrong. And the problem is they're all too well paid and smart to admit they're wrong. And they were so wrong for so many years because a bloke had to come in recently. Was it Stern? Who was the extra name? Had to come in and change the maths that Mr. Duckworth and Mr. Lewis had done for years. Look, we're sitting in front of about 100 wisdom books here, and all of them would have been changed by some maths bloke who got it wrong. Cricket's not played on calculators, Tim. It's played on the field. Men and women and leather and willow and rope. It's played with feels and vibes.
So fuck Duckworth Lewis.
Yeah.
Duckworth Lewis.
Yeah.
And bring in a bowl out.
I'm open to suggestions on that.
Nah.
Because I've only really just been thinking about that, but I just don't want. I just don't want games to carry on being decided by. I don't want to say the word nerds, but.
But you're going to call them nerds.
I'm going to call them nerds.
Duckworth and
there's nothing wrong with being bright, and there's nothing wrong with knowing your maths, but just don't
be a nerd.
Just don't ruin a game of cricket with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I've got no solution, so yeah. I think I've made my point. Yeah. There's always going to be winners and losers, isn't there? Generally speaking, you are in a better position if you chase with Duckworth Lewis and in a rain affected. So maybe Bangladesh were actually in quite a good position. But maybe someone tweaked the maths, so India would have a favourable run in. I mean, they've got the easy group. Warm balls. Do we even see the draw?
No.
Because Pakistan and India always get drawn together, which
Yeah.
a little bit fishy, if you ask me.
It does always happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't matter what it is, India, Pakistan.
I honestly, I wouldn't have an issue with them being transparent about rigging draws.
Yeah, to get India and Pakistan to play each other,
It's fine.
because that is the most important game in world cricket.
Always have England playing Australia and always have Pakistan playing India.
Yeah,
No offence to New Zealand, South Africa, Sri Lanka.
but your tin pot.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, would you not?
No, I'd not. I'd not. I'd say it's just that you've not yet developed a fixture that's as important as England versus Australia, or India versus
I was going
Pakistan.
to say India versus Pakistan a lot.
Right.
You could probably get in the bin for that.
Yeah.
Talking of bins,
Okay, Ben's, yeah. Everyone's favourite segment, Get in the Bin. Now today, Tim, I've had a lot of thoughts floating around. As you might, well, I mean, I've told you my head's all over the place today.
yeah.
I hope that, well, it probably has come across on the podcast in many ways. That my
Yeah,
head's
but
all
I think people enjoy that about you.
not entirely coherent, and I've got to go away again, which is upsetting.
To Utah.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I'll get on a flight from Heathrow tomorrow and I'll end up somewhere. But I'll be back on Monday.
Please, bud.
Yeah. And before I go, do you want to tell people who's deputising?
Yeah, we've got 3 people deputising at the minute. Where 3 people have confirmed. No doubt we'll have some dropouts, but hopefully not. So tomorrow we've got the wonderful Georgie Heath off of the newspapers.
Off of the cricket coverage, really.
Yeah. Women's cricket chat as well. She's going to come and join me, and we're going to have a chat. On Friday, I'm bringing in my mate Sam. He's got absolutely no credibility in the cricket space at all. He's just my mate.
He once had a bit of a viral video on our TikTok, though.
Yeah, he was on our TikTok, so maybe we can get him. And then very finally on Saturday, we're going to have the wonderful Atif Nawaz joining us as well. So yeah, jam-packed. Hopefully they're suitable replacements for Munners. I know no one can replace this man.
Don't be daft.
But yeah.
Nice to have someone actually funny on the show, though.
It will be, yeah. I can't wait for Sam to turn up.
Atif gets paid to be funny. I just sit here out of the kindness of my heart.
Maybe you should start stand-up.
Oh Christ, that's like saying to a bloke in an office, isn't it, who cracks a couple of jokes by a water cooler, you should be a stand-up. You know that, you're really funny. So, get in the bin. Sorry. Again,
Yeah, let's do it.
A little bit of a segue. I'm really sorry I have to do it. And I suppose it's because I'm going to have a few days off, so I would have said it at some point during the World Cup. But get in the bin, Virat Kohli. I'm fed up of you umpiring cricket games. It's not your job. I think it's because I've spent a whole life of playing cricket and just learning to bite my tongue and just get on with it. But the consistency in which Virat Kohli has stared down the square leg umpire this tournament and demanded decisions to go his way is just really upsetting. I don't find it triggering. I don't hate him for it. I just think he can do a bit better.
But my word, he can bat.
He's an incredible
He's
batsman.
looking unreal, isn't he?
That's also what, it gets to people, doesn't it? If you're that good at cricket, you don't need to umpire the game, do you?
But no. You're looking at it the wrong way. If you're that good at cricket, you can umpire the game.
Maybe he knows better than me.
On a side note, actually, we just move on to this. I was thinking this on the way here. Do you think there is a more beautiful top 4 in terms of watching?
No idea where you were going.
Oh, they are good-looking blokes as well. Than that India top 4, like to watch on the eye.
Rahul.
Rahul, Rohit Sharma.
Rohit's got a little something different for the boy band fans, isn't he?
He's a beautiful batsman.
He is.
And then you've got Suryakumar Yadav. I don't think they're... Listen, I might just be because I watched them today and I was in awe of them, but I can't think of a top 4 with as many beautiful stroke players as them.
I'm sure the Pakistani lads will want a word with Rizzi and...
Yeah, but that's not a top 4. Shan Masood is not a beautiful stroke player, and neither is Fakar.
Yeah.
Fakar is a wonderful striker of the ball, and I love that equally.
See, that's also that you want lads.
There's a beauty in everything.
You want people helicoptering the ball and throwing their hands at everything. That's fun. I don't know. You spent your whole life trying to get your elbow high, and I've just tried to munt everything. So I've come from a slightly different school of thought. It actually upsets me more when a bloke is over technical. You know?
Yeah, but I don't think Kohli, Rahul, Sharma, Suryakumar Yadav are overly technical. They're just beautiful on the eye. The shot that Rahul played today, where he like sliced a wide Yorker over point,
Lovely shot, that
was fucking mental.
He was due some runs as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's been due some runs on his whole career, if you ask me.
He looks wonderfully untroubled by things as well. He's not quite as blank as Quinny, but he does.
No, but for someone who makes cricket look so easy, and yes, he's got a really good record, but I just think like he should have like the best record ever. How easy he makes the game look, and I think that always lets him down because when he gets out, it always looks like it's his fault.
Well, it is, unless it isn't, because that happens, doesn't it? Sometimes in cricket.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's the umpire's fault.
Right, shall I bid everyone a farewell for a few days?
I hope you enjoyed Nashville.
It's Georgia.
Hope you enjoy Buffalo. What are you most looking forward to in Georgia?
I'm asking people about cricket.
You should do that.
Yeah.
You should actually go and ask some people about cricket. Get
I will.
yourself to a sports bar, see if it's on.
I'll do it.
Yeah, do it.
Nice one.
Asking Americans about cricket.
Cool. Thanks, 60 Social Cricket, again.
Yep.
Thanks to everyone who listened. You know what to do if you're a tier 1. You're going to like us. You're going to subscribe. You're going to follow. You're going to comment. Comment anything today. Just give me something. Give me something random. I know we asked actually for some cricketing trivia earlier, didn't we? Can't remember exactly what it was.
Did we?
Yeah, that was a while ago now. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, follow. Appreciate you all. Thanks for coming back. Been a lovely 2-day stint for me, and I'll see you in a few days.
Part time, aren't you? Cheers, Ben, for the lovely comments as well.